Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge is with us on the sidelines. Let's see some of the numbers here for Jimmy Butler.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Now Golden State's starting 5. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Green, and it's Moody in at the small forward. And for the Rockets, at the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Thompson is out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the 5, roaming the paint. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Now here's Thompson from past the arc. Green, no luck. And here is Green, outside Curry. Right side, Butler. Clock at 6. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
And Butler, just a seasoned vet, someone who's not going to panic when that clock is up against him. I love how under control he stays.
Now here's Van Vliet. Pass to Şengün, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Warriors call.
And it's the Warriors' ball. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
And on top of probably having the better talent, they never let up. Great effort, great win.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
It's stolen by Green. And it's the Warriors on the break. Butler passes to Moody. The Rockets pull it in.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Van Vliet against Curry. Green with a screen on Curry. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Knocked loose. The Warriors have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Van Vliet picks one up. The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
First free throw is good.
And you know with Curry, what impresses me most is his efficiency. That's not something we normally see in a high-volume jump shooter.
And both free throws good for Curry.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Udoka. David?
We talked about a lot of things, including how to try and slow down Steph Curry. He said it's the usual stuff. You can't go under screens. You have to contest without fouling. You have to recognize he will put the ball on the floor and drive if you overplay him. That's a lot to account for. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Green, following the basket by Fred VanVleet, and the basket by Curry.
Not just a jump shooter. Curry is so creative at figuring out little ways to score inside.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Jimmy Butler. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. And he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league and three-point shooting.
And as you said, #1 in steals this season. He's the sneakiest ball hawk in the league right now. Hide everything you've got because he's coming after you. The shot by Thompson, no good. For the Houston Rockets, they come in off the loss to Denver. Butler, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now here's VanVleet. He had 15 points last outing. Shot clock at 6. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Ready to play rough inside. VanVleet navigates the contact.
Outside Butler. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Curry's shot is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And here is Green after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Shoots it. Kept alive. They kick it out to Green. Shoots over Podziemski. And Curry pulls it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
It's rebounded by Houston. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, we'll see how they respond after that weak performance. It should tell us a lot about their character as a team.
Now, here's Curry. He's coming off a 37-point game against Memphis.
And it's the way he stayed aggressive in getting to the foul line that was impressive. But he also did a superb job in cashing in from the foul line.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
VanVleet against Curry. Now here's VanVleet. Defense is right there.
No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeed.
Butler deciding where to go with it. Green with a screen for Butler. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Warriors leading by 9. Podziemski with it. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guy. And a brief look now at the best rebounders from the point guard position over the past month. Stephen Curry fourth.
And it may not be the first thing you think about, but if you look at a lot of the all-time great point guards, their rebounding, that nose for the basketball is a big part of their game.
And these guys have that same nose for the ball. These are some scrappy players. They can hold their own in the paint with anyone.
Pass to Podziemski. Back to Curry. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Curry's got his third basket of the night. Rockets trail by 9. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
Van Vliet, solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Van Vliet's got 6.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Curry kicks to Butler. Back to Curry. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson surveying the floor. Pass to Van Vliet. Şengün with a screen on Curry. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Oh, okay, Şengün. Look at the big man baiting the defender into the foul.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
The first one falls. Well, RJ, this is exactly how you want to end the season, right? Both of these teams fighting for playoff position.
It's amazing how after an entire season of games, your seeding can be determined tonight. Shows you how close things are in the NBA at any given moment.
On a heel, he's checked in for Stephen Curry. Şengün hits them both. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
Van Vliet finds Şengün. On the wing, Thompson. Defended by Butler. Şengün with a screen on Butler. Here's Thompson. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Here's Podziemski. Covered by Van Vliet. Pass to Butler. Back to Podziemski. And it's Van Vliet with the rebound. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Rockets. They trail by 3. Back to Thompson. Pass to Brooks. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Moody the pass to Butler. Here's Podziemski. Heel with a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Podziemski. Covered by Van Vliet. Here's Heel. Off the mark and the drought continues.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Brooks for 3. The dive for the ball. They get the rebound. Pass to Van Vliet. Fires from deep. In the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
And for Van Vliet, most of his shot attempts come from beyond the arc.
Outside Butler. It's tipped. Stolen by Thompson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
He is a coach's dream. That's why they love Van Fleet. The intangibles are off the chart, and the execution is consistent.
Shoot 2. No good on the free throw. Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Smith checked in for Şengün. Tari Eason comes in for Thompson. And it's Whitmore in for Brooks. And VanVleet, not the same scorer he once was, Richard, but he has improved his playmaking.
And that's the adjustment that VanVleet needed to make. The scoring doesn't always have to be there for him. But if he can set up, facilitate, and be a game manager, he'll find a large role.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
All right, fans. It's Dice Cam time. Get ready to dance.
Steven Adams, he's checked in for the Rockets.
On to the floor for your Rockets. Number 12, Steven Adams.
Kuminga kicks to Heel. Pass to Jackson Davis. Now here's Butler, covered by Smith.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Butler against Smith.
There is the all-around game of Butler. A nice assist to cash in on that possession.
And here are the Rockets. They're on a 12-4 run. Healed against Green. 1:37 left here in the opening quarter. Good on the three-point shot. Green's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, give Jalen Green credit. He's put a lot of time into his shot, expanding that range.
Outside, Kuminga. Back to Heel. Pass to Kuminga. It's stolen by Eason. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Whitmore with it, covered by Payton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And let's take a quick look at the numbers for Jalen Green. Right around 21 points per, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
He's someone you can rely on to bring it on a nightly basis. When they need a basket, he's the guy they turn to.
Free throw good. Whitmore for the Rockets. Şengün's checked in for Steven Adams. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Green. Curry's checked in for the Warriors. And both free throws good for Whitmore. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Pass to Jackson Davis. Payton against Eason. Payton passes to Curry. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Curry's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Warriors. Holiday against Curry. Şengün inside. That one off the back iron and out. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They trail by 1. Now Curry. 12 points for him. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And for Houston, they're shooting looking a little out of sorts early. 37%. Here's Whitmore. Covered by Hield. Whitmore with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Denver. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Rockets ahead, up by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
The Warriors trailing, so with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Gary Payton II is out there with Kuminga. And it's Jackson Davis in at center, locking down the middle.
What focus from Curry on offense so far, doing everything he can to provide a lift for his squad.
Holiday, a screen on Hield. Here's Whitmore. Over Hield. That one a little long. Beyond the arc. Drains the three-pointer. Hield's got himself on the board with 3 there.
This is what Hield does. Exceptional at spacing the court with his three-point shooting.
Pass to Smith. Back to Whitmore. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. 6 points for Cam Whitmore. Golden State's gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. To the middle, here's Jackson Davis.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Rockets trail by 4. Outside Holiday. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Smith. Over Kuminga. Smith, no luck. Warriors leading by 4. Hield from outside. And another 3 for Golden State.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Şengün. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Alperen Şengün continues to prove himself, RJ, as one of the game's most promising big men.
A lot of it is because of his passing ability, Kevin. Shades of Nikola Jokic out there. Having a big man who can distribute like Şengün is a real luxury.
Shoot 2. The free throw drops for Şengün. And eventually every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully by that point it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
That one misses.
Looking at the start of Şengün's career, here's a guy who's really stepped up his game, has become a key player for them.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Here's Whitmore. 6 points for him. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
And he might be a rookie, but Whitmore can play some bully ball. He will get it inside and be as physical as anybody.
Now here's Hield. 6-point lead. for the three. The Rockets pull it in. Here's Holiday. The Warriors pull it in. Jackson Davis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Healed outside. Pass to Jackson Davis. That 3 off the mark. Rockets trail by 6. To the wing on the left. Here's Whitmore. Covered by Heel. And Kuminga comes to help. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
Violation. Jump ball.
Holiday against Curry. Here's Kuminga. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Kuminga's got the lead up to 9 now for the Warriors.
The way that Curry reads the floor, he could get double-digit assists on any night if he wanted to.
Şengün with the ball. Kuminga picks him up, and Alperen Şengün gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Cam Whitmore. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. Then for the Warriors, Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Buddy Hield. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Buddy Hield.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
VanVleet outside. Pass to Smith. Back to VanVleet. Just 5 to shoot. Takes it inside. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Look at the quick reaction by VanVleet to get on that drive.
Podziemski with it. Now Green. Pass to Payton. Now here's Kuminga. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Kuminga's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Smith outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Curry gets inside and lays it in.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 7 points thanks to the hoop from Thompson.
Tenacious on the attack. Thompson is fantastic at finding lanes to the basket.
Here's Podziemski. Outside for Curry. Curry making it look so easy.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
They double-team VanVleet. Smith finds Eason. Thompson outside. Shoots over Podziemski. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Thompson's got 6.
Taking full advantage of a gap in the mid-range coverage.
Outside, Green. Pass to Payton. Outside, Curry. Curry getting it done inside.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
And so VanVleet will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. It's a 10-point game. Thompson outside. Back to Van Vliet. Launches a three. They get it back. Here's Eason. Here's Şengün. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Warriors leading by 10. Floats it up for Kuminga. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Smith outside. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his third assist on the night.
That scoreless first quarter, that might have woke him up, and he's turned it on here in the second.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Houston. Green comes in for Şengün. Then for the Warriors, Butler comes in for Kuminga. And it's Moses Moody in for Gary Payton. Green passes to Butler. Here's Curry, covered by Van Vliet. Curry with the bounce pass, stolen by Brooks. Here's Green. Podziemski grabs the board. Warriors leading by 9. Back to Moody. Curry on the wing. Green with a screen for Curry. And a miss there on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Smith drawing the double team. Pass to Thompson. Smith sets the pick for Thompson. Over Green. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
After failing to get going in the first quarter, he's looked much better here in the second.
Golden State's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Now Podziemski. Here's Curry with the 3. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Green, no luck. The Warriors shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. It didn't take long for Podziemski to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Pods clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 to 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. The Warriors have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
First one falls for him. And the Warriors making a change here. Hield's checked in. And so he hits both. Now here's Van Vliet. 12 points for him. Out to Smith from downtown. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got his 5th assist in this one. Butler against Thompson. Pass to Podziemski.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Back to Hield.
2 minutes.
Thompson against Butler. 6 to shoot. Over Thompson. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Over Hield. The shot by Thompson, no good. Warriors leading by 7. Here's Butler. He takes it in. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And Butler just can't be stopped. I mean, even when the D knocks him around, he keeps his focus on the basket.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Tari Eason's checked in for Jabari Smith. Free throw, no good for Butler.
And free throws have never really been an issue for Butler. Makes a living at the line.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's defended by Podziemski. Floats one, count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Van Vliet. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Green kicks to Hield. Eason grabs the board. Eason's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Green with the block.
When you talk about the best defensive players of this era, you have to talk about Draymond Green.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, and that's made a huge difference. They're making the most of the chances on the break. Transition buckets decide more games than people think.
Sinks the three-pointer. Thompson's got 11 points in the quarter.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Butler against Thompson. Green with a screen on Green. Shot by Hield. Nobody around. Buries the long-range jumper. Hield's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Rockets trail by 9. And here is Van Vliet. He's got 14. Fires for 3. Unable to get that one. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. He's up to 26 points in the game now. Just keeps pouring in the buckets. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Thanks for tuning in. With half the game in the books, a bit of ground to make up for the Houston Rockets.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look, Shaq.
Yeah, the only way to slow down a team with good scores is to disrupt their rhythm. Otherwise, you can fire up that barbecue.
Man, that was 1987 all over again.
And now, as the regular season marches on, here's how things look in the West as we near the final stretch.
Taking a look here at the Rockets, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part in the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Warriors leading by 9. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Şengün out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Butler passes to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, nothing phases Curry.
Sometimes there's just no stopping Curry. He's just too skilled.
Houston's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Şengün, good. Great play by Green to set it up. Şengün's got 5 points so far. Outside Butler. Green with a screen for Curry. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. In this break in the action, let's find out which rookies have been lighting it up from downtown this month. Well, you look at Shepard. He's absolutely deadly from outside. And, of course, Brandon Podziemski. He's in that same group.
The three-pointer was the weapon of choice for both of them, and it was very effective.
Rockets trail by 9. Now Thompson. The Warriors pull it in. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Pass to Moody. To the inside. And there's another turnover by the Warriors. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You look at the Rockets. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, the Warriors. Right now, they're 5 spots below them.
And for the Warriors, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
And the clock is ticking for them to make that push. It's looking like they'll be fighting for a spot in the play-in.
And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got 6 rebounds in the game. There's the drive. Here's Podziemski. That one falls. He's got 6.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Always plays hard until the final whistle, no matter what the situation is.
Back to Van Vliet. And there's the call on Curry. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Outside, Green. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
So far, proving he can score in this league. Green drawing more attention from the defense.
The Rockets have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
That's good from Green.
The first ever pick out of the G League Ignite. Jalen Green created his own pathway to the NBA, selected 2nd overall in 2021.
Both free throws good from Green.
Very good from here. Green over 80% from the line.
Pass to Moody. Back to Curry. Shoots over Van Vliet. Curry's shot is off. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. They trail by 9 points. Offensive rebound, Brooks. Makes it off the glass.
Oh, nice play from Brooks down in the paint. not afraid to get physical on the inside.
Outside Curry. Lets it go with the three. It's rebounded by Houston. Brooks has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. You talk about reputations, RJ. Few have one like Dylan Brooks.
I'll give it to this man. He is fearless. He doesn't care if it's Steph, LeBron, his mom, whoever. Dylan is trying to get in their heads. You want guys like that on your side.
Now Curry. Following the miss by Fred VanVleet from deep. Curry looking around. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 8 rebounds in this game.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Now here's VanVleet. 14 points for him. Just 5 on the clock. Outside, Green. Three-pointer. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Now just a 4-point Warrior lead.
Continuing to improve that three-point shot. Green hits this one.
Pass to Moody. Some nice passing by Golden State. Outside for Curry. And the shot is good. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Green passes to Şengün. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And it goes on Draymond Green.
He's a tough matchup inside. Şengün can body you. He can finesse you.
Alfred Şengün taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Warriors leading by 6. Pass to Moody. Butler in the corner. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
A moment to check out the numbers for Fred VanVleet. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. Averaging 12 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, not playing outside himself, but finding lots of chances to do his thing and affect the game.
Let's take a look at Steph Curry's numbers. His last 10 games have been exceptional, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And you never see him get nervous when he steps to the line. That's why he's second in the league in free throw percentage.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Think about the impact that Steph has had on this game. Him and his team have changed the way the game is played. They have ushered in the three-point era.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Rockets trail by 8. VanVleet with it. 14 points for him. Green deciding where to go with it. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Warriors leading by 8. Green with a screen on Thompson. Here's Butler. Oh, tough play by Butler.
The defense has to make it tougher for Butler. Can't give him that.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Let's go real fast to the rookie leaderboard. These are the rookies shooting the highest percentage from the floor this season. Number 1, Amen Thompson.
And the numbers say it all. I mean, he's tremendously efficient at scoring the basketball around the rim. He's almost automatic.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Brooks. And here is Şengün. Guarded by Green. Şengün with the bucket.
Şengün beat you with finesse and physicality.
Warriors leading by 8. Up top, Curry. Covered by Van Vliet. That one goes. Count it. Curry's got 34 points.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now here's Green. 10 points for him. Pass to Şengün. Houston moving it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. And Moody pulls it down. Moody's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Van Vliet against Curry. Trying to find Green. He's got it now.
With how much Draymond moves on the offensive end, Green gets a lot of dunk opportunities.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. A 12-point game. Şengün with a screen on Curry. For 3, Van Vliet. Here's Şengün. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Şengün's got 6 here in this quarter. Here's Podziemski. He's got 6. It's Curry outside. The Rockets pull it in. Şengün's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
Well, after the show he put on in the first half, you thought it would continue, but he's cooled off a little bit here now.
Now here's Van Vliet. 14 points for him. And he banks in the layup. Van Vliet's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets.
Talk about being locked in. Superb focus from Van Vliet offensively so far.
Back to Podziemski. Count that one. Podziemski's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Van Vliet looking around. It's stolen by Curry. And here we go. Butler heading to the hoop. Oh, my goodness, the slam.
That time, Curry getting it done on the defensive end, igniting the break.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Rockets trail by 12. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Let's give a warm reach and welcome to your Quad City, Texas.
change here. Eason's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Payton's checked in. Warriors on D. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game.
Oh, nice pass by Butler. He can be tricky to defend because he can take the shot or give it up just as easily.
Şengün against Green. Thompson passes to Eason. Clock at 6. For 3, Van Vliet. Draymond Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Yeah, no triples for him here in the second half. One fell in the first, though. Can he turn it up?
And it's good for 2.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Thompson outside. They need this. And Green with the lay-in. And that's 12 points for Jalen Green.
And one of Green's best attributes is that he doesn't really see contact. He will either go over it or through it.
Payton the bounce pass. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 6 assists in the game. Rockets trail by 18. Van Vliet passes to Şengün. Back to Van Vliet. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Curry against Van Vliet. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Curry outside. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 18. Down low. And stolen by Butler.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. 10th in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. And he can't get the first one. Houston making some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jabari Smith comes in for Amen Thompson. And it's Whitmore in for Fred Van Vliet. And then for Golden State, Trace Jackson Davis comes in for Green. And Hield subbed in for Brandon Pajemski. He hits the second from the line. Rockets trail by 17. 1:33 left to play in the third.
Not the last time we'll see that. Adams is so powerful and loves to take it to the defense.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the three. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
And the first one at the line is good. And so Adams nails both of them. Here's Curry. He has 35. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. And that one, good. Curry's got 11 points in the quarter.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Adams outside. Pass to Green. Smith kicks to Green. 5 to shoot. Now Whitmore. The step back. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. And here is Butler. And they double up Butler. At the elbow, it's Hield. On the wing, Payton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Warriors have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
At the line for the Warriors, Gary Payton II. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
And he's good on the second. And so Green will bring it up for Houston. They trail by 18. Adams with the screen on Curry. From deep, Green. He can't hit that time. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Warriors on top as they wrap up the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big man in the league today than we've ever seen.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Jonathan Kuminga out there with Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Payton in at the 3 slot. Warriors leading by 18. Curry from deep three-point land. Kuminga kicks to Curry. Shot clock at 5. And it goes down 2 points. Curry's got 39.
Making use of the in-between area. Curry's ability to break defenses down opens up these shots.
Şengün finds Smith. Here's Eason. Off target with his 3. Holiday against Curry. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Hield outside. Here's the 3. It's not going to go for him. Rockets trail by 20. And here's Smith. Pass to Holiday. So, Greg, you played the point. In create a player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing.
I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
Well, we might as well count those free throw shots. Curry is automatic at the line.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
Shooting for Golden State, Stephen Curry, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Curry.
He's dialed up his aggression here in the second half, consistent in working himself.
Şengün with a screen on heel. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
1 shot.
On the free throw, no good. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't let these young players in your system. An old school shot from Whitmore, there is still some value in that mid-range.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Curry against Holiday. Now here's Curry. Defense right on him. 6 to shoot. Count the basket. Curry's got 17 points here in the second half.
Ooh, he's been the guy tonight. Really impressive performance.
Holiday, the pass to Smith. Back to Whitmore. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Whitmore's got 6 points in the quarter.
And Whitmore a beast inside because of his power and ability to elevate.
Healed outside. Curry on the wing. The shot. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And this has become expected from Curry. Everyone knows how dangerous he is at getting to his spots and capitalizing.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Şengün finds Eason. Back to Şengün. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 13 rebounds.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Healed outside. No good on the triple.
Well, despite some uneven shooting from him, they're still out in front.
Eason passes to Holiday. RJ, you had a chance to ref a Summer League game this past year, so you get a little bit of a feel for what these guys go through.
Being a referee is by far the hardest job in professional sports. To try and keep up with the amount of plays, the amount of possessions, I do not envy their job.
Here's Hield following the score by Houston. Pass to Curry. A floater. Eason grabs the board. Eason's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the paint. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Eason's got his first points in this one.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Curry passes to Hield. Curry setting the pick for Hield. Back to Curry. up that one. Curry's got 47 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
Here's Whitmore. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Whitmore's got 8 here in the quarter.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here's Curry with the 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. It's trailed by 16. Now Smith. Outside Holiday. Şengün with a screen on Curry. Here's Eason. Over to the left wing. And that one's good. Whitmore's got 11 in the second half.
Oh, really strong outing from Whitmore. You see the potential for greatness.
Healed with it. Outside Curry. Puts up a 3. And another one.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Here's Whitmore. Şengün with a screen on heel. That shot wide open. Whitmore's got 22 points.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately.
Dance and get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen as you show us your best moves. Let's go. Let's see those dance moves. Unique dance lesson.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Jabari Smith. Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. Green, he's checked in for Whitmore. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. Different look here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson-Davis. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Gary Payton. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Buddy Hield.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Pass to Şengün. Now Green. He's defended by Podziemski. Offensive rebound. Brooks. Second shot opportunity. They kick it out to Green. That's in. Coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Now here's Curry. Podziemski on the wing. They double him with Şengün. And the wide open shot from Green. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
Mr. Reliable, you can count on Green to show up every night.
VanVleet against Curry. VanVleet passes to Thompson. Here's Şengün. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Moody finds Green. Over Şengün. And it's Green missing. It's trailed by 15. Now here's Brooks. Thompson outside. Over Curry. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Stephen Curry. And RJ, even without a consistent jumper, Amen Thompson has proven to be a productive player.
And that jumper should develop over time. But he does everything else at a high level. He's extremely versatile, especially on that defensive end, Kevin.
That free throw good from Thompson.
Thompson is one of the best pure athletes to come into the league in quite some time. He's fast, and boy, can he fly.
Both shots good from the stripe. And here is Curry. Outside Butler. Podziemski on the wing. And it goes out of bounds. Pass touched by Green.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
Now here's Curry. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
This just demonstrates how fearless Curry is. Like, he knows how to get inside and draw plenty of fouls.
Golden State, Stephen Curry taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Stephen Curry. And he makes both free throws. In the NBA, helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
And Butler gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 17.
And he does it with and without the ball. Butler stuffing that stat sheet.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. Pass to Şengün. Thompson, a screen on Curry. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Drills it from outside. Van Vliet's got 21 in the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Podziemski. Outside Curry. Rockets with the rebound.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Curry against Van Vliet. That shot, no good. Warriors leading by 14. Pass to Moody. Back to Butler. And it's Podziemski in the corner. Off target from three-point range. Houston's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Van Vliet outside. Here's Butler, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
One thing they'll never have to worry about with Butler, he's always going to take initiative.
Jimmy Butler, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. And so Butler nails both of them. 1:46 left here in the fourth quarter. Outside, Green. Van Vliet sets the pick for Green. A three-pointer off the mark. Warriors leading by 16.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them.
huge margin of victory for the Warriors.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Stephen Curry.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Here's Thompson. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. And they'll get another chance.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard, gets them another possession, and allows them to run even more clock.
4 on the shot clock. And it looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, when a pick like that is questionable, it creates that much of an advantage for the offense. You have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group. And then for Golden State, Kevon Looney is checked in for Green. Payton comes in for Moody. And it's Buddy Hield in for Brandon Pajemski.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
And so here is Houston after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Adams finds Smith. Inside, shot to stop the run. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. See the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Draymond, one of the cliches of basketball is that the ball finds energy. When teammates are making shots, does that give you more energy?
Oh, yeah, it does. You know, when we're in the flow, the ball's just moving around. It allows me to play make, and then I just try to find an open gap and take the shots where they are.
Man, it was really flowing tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Aldridge and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. And now we present the player of the game, Stephen Curry.